Hello everyone, I am Piyush Goyal and I welcome you to Voxcel's YouTube channel. So in this video we will discuss true, false and not given. It is another video in this particular series, so if you haven't seen the previous videos, go and watch them out. But before that, watch this video completely. So this video, our topic is the Saiga Antelope. So in this particular video, we will read this passage and solve the questions number 1 to 4, true, false and not given. So it's very important that you understand what kind of information you have to write. Do not write yes, no instead of true and false. First question. In the early 90s, Central Asia's steppes was home to over 1 million saiga. So before beginning the question, before diving in the depth, I just want to clarify something. 90s, what does this mean? So in the previous video I have told you 1800s what it means. So 90s is basically a way to refer the decade of 1990. From 1991 to 1999, those particular years are called 90s. So you must have heard of the term 80s songs, 90s songs, double O's, thousand, so 2000 songs. Okay, so that particular means songs that came in that particular decade. 80 songs means from 81, 80 or 81 to 89. 90s means from 90 to 99. So these things are called 80s, 90s. So early, so 1995 being the middle point of that. So years before 1995, like from 1991 to 1994, they are called early 90s, and from 1996 to 1999, they are called late 90s. So same with the age. If someone says to you, like he or she, like mostly girls, they don't like talk about their age, and if they do, most of them try like to talk in vague terms. Like if a girl is saying she is in his late 20s, so it can mean anywhere from 26 to 29. Okay, so in the early 90s, Central Asia's steppes was home to over 1 million saga. So there may be some year given like 91, 92, 93, 94. So this particular place, steppe means a place or grassland where cattle graze, was home to over 1 million saiga. Saiga antelope basically it's in the family of deer. I think so. They look like deer, so they must be in the family of deer. So when the answer will be true, yes, when the number of this particular animal is over 1 million, over 1 million means more than 1 million. When the answer will be false, when the number is less than 1 million, sorry, or equal to 1 million, when the answer will be not given, when there is no information about the number. So in 1993, so 1993 just is another way of referring early 90s. More than a million saga antelope crowded the steppes of Central Asia. So yes, there the number was more than 1 million. Okay, sorry about that. So more than 1 million. So what our answer should be? Our answer should be true. Next one, this 97% decline is the most dramatic population crash of a large mammal ever seen. So this is the percentage of the population decline. So 97, meaning to say out of 100, 97 antelope died. Okay, and it is the most dramatic. So the most is a superlative. It means nothing is comparable to it. It is like one of its kind. Dramatic population crash of a large mammal ever seen. So we haven't seen anything like this. So when the answer will be true, when this is the most dramatic population crash in the history of Earth, when the answer will be false, when this is not the most dramatic, but someone or some other event is the most dramatic. This is like second or third most dramatic event, or when there are more than one event that are considered as most dramatic population crashes. Okay, for example, we will see what the answer is, or when it will be not given when we don't know about the severity of that particular thing. However, by 2004, just 30,000 remained, many of them female. The species had fallen prey to relentless poaching with motorbikes and automatic weapons in the wake of Soviet Union's collapse. This is our locator word. This 97% decline is one of the most dramatic population crashes of a large mammal ever seen. Okay, so this is very interesting question. Pause the video, mark your answer, then continue it. And I believe most of you will not get this answer correct. And I will tell you, explain you why it is so and how to be careful the next time when you see something like that. So now I'll tell you the answer. The answer to this is, let me first write it, false. Now many of you will be dumbstruck, many of you will be like pulling your hairs out. How this can be false? Like word to word is written 97% most dramatic population crashes of large mammal ever seen, 97 most dramatic population crashes large mammal ever seen. But most of you will miss these keywords. It is written one of the most dramatic population crashes, not the most. So one of the most means there are some other dramatic population crashes which are considered equivalent to this. They are equally dramatic as this one. For example, I will just give you some analogy so that you can understand better. So let's just say you have only one best friend. So how you will introduce him or her? You will say, let's just say he's a boy. He is my best friend. Meaning to say no other person or no other friend of mine even come close to him when it comes to our bond. Okay, we have a very strong bond. But if there are two, three, four, or five people who are very close to you, and they are all you are not biased against anyone, they matter like at the same level. So you will say he is one of my best friends, not my best friend. So one of my best friends. Similarly, one of the most dramatic population crashes. That's why the answer will be false. It is not the most, but one of the most. Next question, hope it is clear. Moving on to the next one. Traditional medicine uses the poached horns of male members of the group. So traditional medicine, this is our keyword. So if in traditional medicine we are using poached horns of male of a group. So horn, basically if I read horn, the first animal that comes to mind is rhinos, but it could be anyone because elephants we call tusk, and other than that deers they are horns or antlers. For buffaloes they are called horns. So rhinos, it's they like this is the species that's coming to my mind. So, but we don't have to concern ourselves with that right now because we just want to know that whatever the species is, the male of that particular species is killed. Poached horns basically say killed for like skin, teeth, horns, valuable things like that. Is used in traditional medicine. So if it is used of a male member, we will say true. But if traditional medicine poached horn is used, but it is used of female members, we will say false. Or both male and female, still we will say false. But if we don't know the gender of the group member whose horn is used, we will say not given. Okay, poachers harvest males for their homes. So they are saying poachers they are harvesting males for their horns, but we don't know about traditional medicine right now, which is used in fever cures in traditional Chinese medicine. So it is used in traditional Chinese medicine. So our answer should be true. Okay. Next question. The WWF managed to save many rhinos because it encouraged the hunting of saiga. Okay, so WWF is an organization that claims that it is animal friendly, pet friendly, but here they are saying they are encouraging killing one and leaving others apart. So they are like differentiating between the two. So I'm not here just moral policing anyone. I'm just saying what it is written in the question. So when our answer will be true, when this organization encourage poachers to kill Saiga, that antelope instead of rhinos because they want to save, and if they manage to save rhinos because of hunting of Saiga, we will say true. But even if because of encouragement of hunting of Saiga they were not able to manage to save rhinos, we will say false. And if there is nothing given like whether they encourage hunting of Saiga or whether they were able to manage rhinos or not, we will say not given. The slaughter is embarrassing for conversationists. In the early 1990s, groups such as WWF actively encouraged Saiga hunt. So they were encouraging Saiga hunt. So this portion is true. They encouraged Saiga hunt, promoting its horn as an alternative to the horn of the endangered rhino. The Saiga was an important resource well managed by Soviet Union, says John Robinson and Wildlife Conservation Society (WCS) in New York City, US. But with the breakdown of civil society and law and order, that management ceased. Okay, so they were promoting it as an alternative, but it is not written anywhere that they managed to save rhinos or whether they were not able to manage to save rhinos. So they said it is important resource or something about WCS, but why they failed to do so, but whether they were able to manage save rhinos or not, it is not written in the paragraph. So we will say the answer to this should be not given. First we will check the answers: true, false, true, not given, true, false, true, not given. So this is how you should do your reading. So the same thing when you apply to your modules, you will find in the beginning it may take some time, but do not lose hope. Keep practicing, and if you practice enough, it will automatically come to you. You do not have to think about all the scenarios that I just explained for every question. So when you read this information and when you match this information with this, remember, do not match words, match the information. Meaning of the question should be the same as the meaning given in the paragraph. So when you're able to match those things, you will be automatically able to answer whether the answer should be true, false, or not given. Similarly, yes, no, and not given is solved in a similar way, but instead of true we write yes, and instead of false we write no there. So hope it is clear, and if you want our help, as I told earlier, you can visit our website. I'm gonna leave the link in the description box. You can click that link and visit our website and contact us. We will be happy to help you in any way we can, in any module you need help. And I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care and goodbye.